So give me Lee Jennings' perfect formula for a good show. So whether
Hmm.
it's like good promoting, good venue, good crowd, like what is it?
I think for me, it's definitely the crowd is definitely partially it, but I don't know. I've played some of my favorite shows have been to like 10 fucking kids. So, oh sorry if I'm cussing. I don't know if that's like allowed.
You
So,
can do whatever you want.
okay, cool. But I don't try to. I'm normally very like, but I get so excited while talking about this kind of stuff, so I just say
No, I
things.
get it, man.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. So for me, I want to show up to the venue, right? And if I could have it my way, if I could have it my way, right? I would show up to a venue. There would be no stairs. You could just load right up on stage and do a sound check, load in your gear, everything bing boom. You could see the merch table from the stage and like from the crowd area. So that way it's super easy to get to. Normally, if it's by a door, like the entrance or the exit, oh, that makes all the difference. And I'll go back to that here in a second. But literally, and friendly staff or helpful staff or a decent PA, of course, and lighting's cool and all. But dude, really and truly, as long as people can hear, and even if we can't like mic up our cabs or stuff like that, like we played this show in Chattanooga just in November, and literally it was a crappy like PA, really tiny stage, and but it was at a coffee shop. Well, we packed it out with like 100 kids that just went crazy and they were loving it and they were singing louder than the PA. And it doesn't matter then. It doesn't matter about the PA because that's again a memorable show, a show that I will remember probably forever because I was like, wow, we showed up, we thought this was going to be shot, we thought no one was going to care. But again, for me, it's way more about having people that are dedicated to the craft. Like again, I would play a show if I could play a show in my, in my yard, and if I knew kids were going to come, I would do it. Like when we played y'all's house, we played y'all's basement. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun.
That was a crazy night, and that's probably one of the most memorable nights I've had, like, since I've been in Atlanta. So, a quick story. I have 5 roommates, and we're all filmmakers. We live in this really cool house, and we've always wanted to do like a crazy like house show. And our leader and house owner Nathan was like, "Hey, let's get the funeral portrait to play our Halloween show." So funeral portrait sets up this like crazy like it looked like you guys were setting up for like Warp Tour downstairs. Like you brought everything, all the bells and whistles, like everything you could have want. And we had like these quasar lights, like the lights were going nuts, and we had like fog machine, and it was just like a rager, man. And then like Lee ended it with a My Chemical Romance cover, and it was just a beautiful night. And Nathan like crowd surfed like no other person I've ever seen in my life. His legs were like kicking the ceiling. Is nuts.
Yeah, I think he wanted to destroy the ceiling. I think that's at the end of the day, I think that's what he talked about. He just really wanted to like get get it done with. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think for me, having moments like that as a
Mhm.
band is the most important. Like I don't care like that. Yeah, we probably could have done our Halloween show because we try and do it like a Halloween show. Like instead of like because a lot of bands do like a holiday show, like a Christmas show or something. For us, Halloween is like more important. So for our brand, being spooky and everything. So I think for us, Halloween shows have been way more special. We could have
Mhm.
easily booked it at the Masquerade. We could have done it. We could have made some money off of it and everything, but we didn't care. Like I didn't even care to sell merch really. You know what I mean? For me, I just wanted to freaking show up, have a good time with my friends, dress up as a hamburger, you know what I mean, and just have people sing along to songs or just have a good time. I think that was mainly it. So, and that's what we did. That's what all of us did. We all just had a fun time.
There was one thing that you had on your list that we definitely had, or didn't have. You said you didn't want stairs, and we probably had the worst stair situation you could have asked for setting up
So
like everything you
So
needed.
you would think that y'all have the worst stairs, but dude, I promise you. So there's this place in Wisconsin
Mm.
called the Warehouse, right? It's in I can't remember where exactly in Wisconsin, but dude, Let me
Really
tell
bad.
you, it's literally, the base cab, the 810, it's like super heavy. I mean, you remember us loading it in and out. So literally, it was just, it's 3 flights of stairs.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And
like
did you
y'all's
carry
flight
up
of
your PA
stairs
and
down.
everything?
3. No, so we don't bring the PA, luckily,
Okay.
because we just brought the PA for y'all because y'all don't have one. But
Yeah.
like, no, but still, there's like drums, there's all the merch, there's all the, bass cabs. We use like a bunch of cabs and stuff. So it's like it, but listen, I will say though, the only reason why that venue is still there is because it, the shows do great. I've played 3 shows there and they're insane. They're always super fun. It's not a big spot. It's maybe 500 cap venue, but it's just like we have some of the funnest times at these like spots that just are like, why is there a venue 3 flights of stairs up? But sometimes it's the best.
Mm. And I remember you were saying like some of the best shows you've had were like 10 people, and a lot of those were probably like the band members like playing the show, like watching you guys, because I've experienced that with like my captain, my king. Like I remember I would help them with their gear and everything, and I'd be like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a dope show." And then I'd look around, and it would be like the band members that were playing that night, and I was just like, "Oh man!"
Yep.
And
But the thing is those band members, though, if you can win over those band members, guess what
mhm,
they're gonna do? They're gonna tell their friends, and they're gonna tell their girlfriends, and then their girlfriends might be even at the show, and those girlfriends are gonna be like, "Oh my god, this band, the Funeral Portrait, they're so awesome. I'm gonna go listen to them, and then I'm gonna go share their music with all my friends." So it turns into this thing where it's like, okay, um, there's 10 people now, but then the next time that you come, that 10 will turn into 15, and that 15 will turn into 20, and then that 20 turns into 50, blah, 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 blah. And it just gets bigger and bigger. And I think that's the thing is a lot of bands and a lot of artists, they care way too much about like how many people are in the crowd than they care about like actually performing to the people that are there. Because for me, I still put on an awesome show. I give it my all. I give it the 110% that I always do. If there's 5 people in the room, or if there's 1,000 people in the room, which we've had. We've played some crazy shows. We've played some festivals. We've played the big rock festivals, and we've played these shows with other bands that bigger bands, and I still go ham up here to 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000 people, but I'll also go ham to just 10 kids.
dude, that's awesome. That's a great mindset to have. And I guess my question was like, did you ever like go to a venue that you were expecting a lot of people and just not like it just wasn't as promised, and you were just kind of like, really? Like, come
That
on.
happened pretty early on, where we would do like a tour with like a band that we thought was bigger, and we were like, huh, I thought this band would draw, at least, 50 kids a night. And then you get there and it's like, oh, we're drawing like 20 and they're drawing 10. Maybe we should be headlining. And I think that at the end of the day is when that you're like kind of, you need to step back and you got to kind of look at what you're doing a little differently. And I think at the end of the day, the way like the Funeral Portrait kind of started, which I don't know if we'll probably dive into that a little bit later.
Yeah,
but,
please.
I think for me, if I could go back and do something different, I would taking it a little slower with the touring at the beginning. I mean, I did learn a lot, but I think we kind of burnt out a lot of our diehard fans really fast because we would be in their town, every other month, or we'd be playing a local show twice a month or something. And it just burnt everyone out, and I think going back, I don't know, I would have focused more on other things than just touring. Like look at right now. I mean, right now, what is actually succeeding in music, right? Not playing a freaking show. Unless you're playing a show on Minecraft, which I know like American football and Chon and all these like big artists are playing, they're
Wait,
going
that's
on
a thing?
Minecraft. Yeah. Or Twitch, like, and that's something
Mm,
that's why I started, you know, streaming video games because maybe hopefully I can bring my band closer to it. You know, earlier today I saw that band Of Mice and Men. They have a channel on here, and they've been writing new music, all four of them together on the channel, and it's been super cool. And I think, but touring is the one thing that once this starts back up, I think touring will be a little bit different again. I think a lot of people are going to start going to shows. I think live music, I think smaller bands, I think people are just going to be like, wow, like we took this for granted. Now we can't. You know, we got to get back into it. We got to keep going. Just like the movie theaters. I think movie theaters are going to go back up. I think everything is, you know, at least for a year or two.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've been thinking. I'm like, what am I going to do when it's okay to go back out? Because not going to get into politics, but Georgia is now open. Unfortunately, it sucks. And
yeah, in a way, I mean,
not,
you know,
yeah,
just it's stupid. All of it's stupid.
Mm-hmm. But that being said, like whenever I actually can go out, I'm going to see movies. I want to go to like concerts. Like there's so many things that I just want to do. I want to go like, I want to go to the grocery store without having any fear. I want to go to a Mexican restaurant and just sit down. Like I probably won't even order. I'll just sit down and be like, I'm here.
I just miss the chips, dude. Unlimited chips.
Dude, you got to get queso too. That's my favorite.
Of course, always the queso. But no, that's part of it though, and that's definitely something that I mean by that though is like I think if I could go back and redo stuff, I would have focused a little bit more heavily on our social media, on stuff, make stuff sound better, look better, make myself look better. You know, for years I was very just recently I just started losing a good bit of weight, and for me, I'm still always going to be a bigger dude, but I wish I would have started sooner. Because one, I just feel better. I feel so much better. And I feel like our shows now are going to be even better than they were before. And these are all important steps of being in a band or being an artist that I should have taken into consideration besides just, okay, we got to go on tour. I'll grab in the van. Come on, let's go, guys. Let's practice twice, you know? And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, what? Does that really, playing to the 5 kids that we've played to for the past year, does that really, really work? And it's like, yeah, maybe 2 more will trickle in and 2 more will trickle in. But I think it's working smarter, not harder. And I think at the end of the day, I've learned so much from the past 5 years of being in a band that have now helped with this next step of the Funeral Portrait.